Hey guys, this is Bobby, and here's part 8. Now, I want to give a book review this time on The Hunger Games. This book was loaned to me by my best friend Melanie, because my dad had insisted that I read the book first before I see the movie. Now, the movie, I have to look at the back of this because I can't remember the full details at the moment. But anyway, it takes place in the future where what was once North America is now called Pan Am, and it's divided up by between the capital and 12 districts. And of course, and the capital, of course, is very harsh, and it says here, and cruel, and keeps the districts in line by forcing them to do something every year. And that's send one boy and one girl to compete to battle it out to the death in various arenas in certain arenas, a different location each time. Simply called the Hunger Games, and I should mention it's broadcast on TVs throughout all Pan Am, and the series, of course, revolves around Katniss Everdeen, who, after her sister gets chosen at the Reaping, decides, no, I'll do it. I mean, she basically decides that she'll take her sister's place because her sister, because she doesn't want her sister who just made the who just reached the age minimum to go and die. And Katniss, she's also Katniss. So they're like, okay, and Katniss goes about goes to the capital along with the male tribute named Peeta, whose family owns a bakery. And he and Katniss both know that Katniss tends to leave District 12 to go hunting with her best guy friend Gale. And as a result, Katniss is amazingly adept with a bow and arrow. And I mean, she can, and her dad, and all because her dad had taught her. Her dad, who had died in a mine disaster. And well, and during the book is violent. I mean, we end up. One death I should mention in the book made me think of the horror movie franchise Final Destination. More specifically, the death in the third movie. I won't say which for those of you who have not read the book or seen the movie. I would recommend doing both just so you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm also saying, Katniss is, of course, very nervous about being on TV at some point, and she's, of course, being mentored by a guy from her district who was the last person to win the Hunger Games from her district, who last won the Hunger Games, and it was like decades ago. And the guy is basically a drunk. I mean, the dude can't even stay on his feet for more than a few minutes. But he, Katniss, and Peeta come to an agreement, and he agrees to try and stay sober. And throughout the games, of course, if certain things are done, a prize is left. Is like parachuted into the specific contestants to help them. Either maybe food or medical supplies. And I gotta say, this book was amazing. I mean, it took me a better part of 6 months. I was just over almost over 8 months to read it because I tend to read it. I usually read it before my shift at work, and I gotta say, I can't wait to read Catching Fire, because especially since the movie comes out later this year. In fact, Sunday last week I bought the movie before seeing it because while reading the book I was enjoying it so much I decided I'm gonna get the movie no matter what. Especially since, as you guys know, I am a huge fan of Face Off. It's the only reality competition show I watch. And series judges V. Neal and Glenn Hattrick worked on both movies together alongside, in fact, and season 1 winner Connor worked on the makeup with them in the first movie, which I found out at the beginning of season 2 of Face Off. And I'm going to try and watch it later today with Bethany, which on this day, it's St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, when I shot this. And I can't wait to see it, because from what I heard, Jennifer Lawrence did an amazing job, and I'm really curious about the special effects makeup, especially involving the injuries inflicted by a certain creature that exists in the arena. I won't say what, so as to not spoil, like I said. But I can't wait. But I can't wait to get the entire Hunger Games trilogy trilogy to myself. But I'm gonna send that book that I currently have back to Melanie so she can let me borrow Catching Fire so I can get around to reading it. I will not get around to it. Definitely read it so that way I can that way I can see Catching Fire when it comes out in theaters this November. This ends part 7. I got like part 8. I got more to go. Sorry about that, guys. Mine's cluttered. Later.